We are at Outback Stakehouse. Now, this is going to be used as part of two videos. I'm going to do the Outback Steakhouse Surf and Turf review, and then we are going to compare Outback Steakhouse to Texas Roadhouse whenever I go to Texas Roadhouse. So you'll see the steak part of this video in two videos. But we have some bread, first of all, and we have to know how good or not good it tastes. So here we go. Regular butter bread is soft, but it tastes like regular bread. I think I actually might like the fresh gin. So we ended up getting the 12-ounce steak, the sweet potato, and the lobster mac and cheese. Now, if you're watching the steak comparison video, we're just going to have the steak. But if you're watching the review video, we're going to have all three. So let's start with the steak, because that is the one that I'm going to have both videos actually for. There we have the cut steak. It's pink, but not quite pink enough. And it didn't actually go through like knife through butter. It was a little harder to cut than I had hoped, but this isn't a premium steakhouse, and it looks like a decent cut of beef. So let's actually see how this tastes. So here we go. Here's a fillet of the steak. I order all my steaks rare because I like my steaks alive and mooing when I eat them. Check that out. Scrumptious steak. Let's see how this tastes. It's pretty chewy. I like the flavor they have baked over the top. A hint of sour, but pretty good beefy taste. Now, it's not dry aged because the flavor is not that intense, but for a lower priced steakhouse, this honestly isn't bad. The grade of beef is pretty good. I ordered it rare. It doesn't cut through like knife on butter. It's not like the super ultra premium choice beef, but for a $20 steak, if you ordered the steak by itself without the mashed potatoes and the sweet sweet potato, it would be $20. And just take a look at it. It's not bad. It is chewy, but the seasoning on it and the overall flavor of it, the cooking on it, is pretty good. So, pretty good steak. I say for the steak, I give it like a B minus range in terms of quality of steak, but pretty good for the price. So, if you're watching the one part about the steak I didn't add in the last one, see that white strip in here, like right there? That has to downgrade the steak to a C because it makes it way too chewy. So while the steak is pretty good tasting overall, that white strip, no good, my friend, no good. So a grade C quality steak. So now we come to the sweet potato. Typical sweet potato taste, honestly. They cooked it decently well. It's very, very well cooked, obviously. It melts right in your mouth, and it tastes better than a regular potato. Although I might have preferred the regular potato with ham and sour cream and bacon bits, but I actually ordered this myself, and I'm not disappointed with a baked potato. The cinnamon on the baked potato, honestly, the cinnamon on the sour cream on the baked potato actually blends in pretty well, and for the parts that it has, it gives a sweet cinnamony taste. I actually think the regular baked potato probably combines more well with the steak because of its salty taste on the toppings. But this baked potato I ordered does not disappoint me. It's a solid side choice, and I'd have to give this baked potato like B plus, A minus. Better than the steak, because the steak actually was really chewy. So it's a good baked potato. Let's move on to the lobster macaroni. So at last, we come to the lobster mac and cheese. So let's take a bite of the mac and cheese first. Very, very creamy. The cheese definitely has a hint of that pepper jack taste, which makes it very different and more flavorful than regular mac and cheese. It tastes quite good. However, the mac and cheese itself does not quite infuse that lobster taste. So the cheese itself does not have that lobster taste without some lobster in it. But fortunately, as you can see, this mac and cheese does actually have a decent amount of lobster in it. So let's see how it tastes with the lobster. It's good, but that lobster flavor does not come through, unfortunately. I think I would just rather have the lobster by itself. As lobster dipped in cheese is just not really my thing. I think I would just rather have the pure lobster in itself. Now, lobster taste is just not that strong. I've had way better lobster before. I think I should have just ordered the lobster tail by itself. I think the cheese and the mac and cheese flavor is really overpowering the lobster bits. So I've had mac and cheese lobster before, and this is not the best one I've had. Because the mac and cheese itself does not get infused with a lobster flavor. So this is basically just like mac and cheese with a bit of pepper jack taste, plus lobster soaked in cheese itself. Is not what I want from this dish. So for this dish, unfortunately, to give it a C minus, I think the lobster by itself and the mac and cheese by itself probably just tastes better. Overall, a C for the steak, C minus for the lobster mac and cheese. I could give like a B, B plus for the bread, and a B plus, A minus for the sweet potatoes. So overall, this meal gets around a C plus rating. This meal is about $35 plus tax. I mean, it's $28 plus tax, which makes it about $35. So I think you can get better meal deals elsewhere. But that is my review of Outback Stakehouse Surf and Turf Lobster Mac and Cheese plus 12-ounce steak meal. Have a nice day, people.